Lib Dems are having, let's say, a difficult conference because, number one, Nigel Farage dropped his whole asylum policy on day 2 of their conference. And then, of course, Trump did his speech, which we talked about. But here is Ed Davey, the leader of the Lib Dems. They have got 72 MPs, so he's worth listening to. And he says their party is the last bloc against the forces of darkness. Yasmin.
I think there's a point. He does have a point, although he stupidly, just before the conference, went all Farage on us, didn't he? By saying, I'm going to stop the boats. We thought he was different, and he'd better stay different. But the two options are Lib Dems and Green. For those of us who are utterly disillusioned with Starmer's Labour Party, me included, and don't want reform, which is going to bring Trumpism to our country.
You think so, Brian? Is that right?
If Ed Davey and the Liberal Democrats are the last refuge against the forces of darkness, God help us is all I can say. Farage's immigration asylum policy is just bonkers, and I think everybody realises that.
Not everybody does, Brian.
No. There are people out there fooled by fraud.
But you're still a Tory, right?
Absolutely, I'm still a Conservative. And I've no intention of defecting now or ever to, certainly not to Farage.
The thing that...
Why do people defect?
That's so fun. Tory versus Green.
Why do people...
So many in your party are doing that.
Well, with the exception of Danny Kruger, people who are has-beens, ex-MPs who want to try and continue their...
a lot of councillors are doing
there's some councillors, yes.
I think we might see a big defection on the eve of the Tory conference. That'll be the way Reform play it. But let's see. Let's have a listen to what Ed Davey, the Lib Dem leader, said.
Just imagine if you can bear it. Imagine living in the Trump-inspired country Farage wants us to become, where there's no NHS. So patients are hit with crippling insurance bills or denied healthcare altogether. That is Trump's America. Don't let it become Farage's Britain.
Well, the NHS isn't working at the moment, is it? So something's got to change.
Oh, no, it is.
Is it?
It is keeping me alive. Don't you? Honestly, these generalisations, how much... You're so fit, so you don't use the NHS.
Oh, well,
I overuse the NHS because of certain problems, and I cannot fault it. I cannot fault it.
Say that. Well, also, the other thing is...
I think you're a bit wrong. The vast majority of people are quite satisfied with the treatment they're getting from the NHS. OK, things go wrong, crises happen, hospitals get into trouble, but the vast majority of day in, day out patients attending outpatients...
If you can get treated, yeah.
Well, you know...
I don't think it's as bad as you're saying. And it's not just London. Yeah, it's really not just London.
I'm not interested in London at all. He suggested, this is Ed Davey still. God, we've got a lot of Ed Davey here. He suggested, in fact, Ed Davey should be watching because we're a show that's covering the Liberal Democrats and we want to put a flag on that. So he suggested what else might happen in Farage's Britain.
Where gun laws are rolled back. So schools have to teach our children what to do in case of a mass shooting.
Well, this was an odd... I didn't know that was a Reform policy.
It's probably not. It is. I don't believe it.
Farage in the past has said, our rules on pistols are ridiculous.
He has said it.
He said. But the idea that we'll go to a mass shooting thing, I don't know.
Listen, Nigel Farage is a Trump mini-me. Can we get that into our heads, please?
You think so? Yeah.
For those with a sense of history, I think he's Oswald Mosley without the black shirt.
Exactly.
Wow, you really don't like it?
I really don't. I have no time for Farage at all.
Really?
We forget that in the 1930s, Oswald Mosley was incredibly popular. He could fill Earl's Court or Bellevue, Manchester, night after night with thousands of followers. The fact that Reform don't wear black shirts and don't give the Nazi salute doesn't not mean they're the successors to Mosley.
But people always do that thing. They do it with Trump as well. They say, oh, he's the Nazis and it's the Reichstag fire.
You know, since his last speech...
Which one?
The one he said, you know, it'll be settle migrants next. The stuff I've had from some Reform people, even I, who am quite used to racist abuse, I'm shocked. The permission he's giving people to do and say what they want is really frightening.
All right. Well, we don't have a Reform person here, but the points are taken. Thank